Hello, everyone. So our topic is the rapture tonight? Well, I can answer that if you stay with me. We are in winter. We know because of the signs. One thing, it's cold outside, but there are other signs. And we're going to look at the signs of the rapture. What does the Bible say about this? Well, before we get started, if you like this video, click like. If you want to hear more, subscribe. And of course, click on the bell icon and you'll be notified when I update a new video. So let's go ahead and get started. Once again, I'll answer those that say the word rapture is not in the Bible. Well, it is, but it's in the Latin Bible, like the Vulgate. It's Latin for harpazo, or caught up, as we say in English. So when is the rapture then? Let's turn in our Bibles to Matthew 24. You may have heard me talk about this before. It's a standard part of talking about the end times. I start in verse 3, and they're talking about Jesus here. As he was sitting on the Mount of Olives, the disciples came to him privately, saying, "Tell us when these things will happen, and what will be a sign of your coming and to the end of the age." So there's our signs we're talking about. Now, this is Jesus speaking in verse 4. And Jesus answered them and said, "See to it that no one misleads you, for many will come in my name, saying, 'I am the Christ,' will mislead many. You will be hearing of wars and rumors of wars. See that you're not frightened, for these things must take place. That is not yet the end. For nation will rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and in various places there will be famines and earthquakes. But all these things are merely the beginning of birth pains. They will deliver you to tribulation and will kill you, and you will be hated by all nations because of my name. At that time, many will fall away and will betray one another and hate one another. Many false prophets will rise and will mislead many. Because lawlessness is increased, most people's love will grow cold. But the one who endures to the end, he will be saved. This gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in the whole world as a testimony to all nations, and then the end will come. Now, if you think about all the signs that were mentioned there, lawlessness, the church is being persecuted around the world right now. Because of our technology, we have the ability to transmit the Bible around the world. When Musk gets his satellite system up there, we will have 100% coverage. He's close to it. Now, Jesus will rescue his church, his bride, before it gets really bad. But what's God's definition of really bad? I don't know. The problem is that while we are here, we can help lead those to Christ. They will be frightened. They will be looking for answers. Christ promises a good future once we get past this. Now, we know that Satan wants to stop this. He's going to send a third of his angels down to earth in an attempt to try to stop this. And I think that's why we don't know the actual day or hour. I think this is hidden. Now, we know the season from what we just read. We are in the end times, but there's no exact way to predict the date. I don't think we should know the date. Not if Satan's going to be there waiting for us. I'd rather it be unknown to him, wouldn't you? Now, what can we know about a timeline? The Antichrist will defile the temple midway through the 7-year period. Well, first off, in order to do that, there has to be a temple. They're working on that right now. There has to be sacrifices for him to stop. They're working on that now. In fact, the sacrifices might even start before the temple gets built. And I pray that as Christians, we're going to either be gone because of the rapture or well protected so that we can do God's bidding while we're down here. There's going to be a lot of people looking for somewhere to hide, someone to protect them. And God can do that. Now, if you think the plagues on Egypt were bad, what's coming is a lot worse. And eventually, second half of the 7-year period is called the Great Tribulation. God said if he didn't shorten that time, nobody would survive. There's a lot of stuff coming. We don't want to be a part of it. It's not meant for Christians. It's meant for the unbelievers, those that continually reject God in hopes to save them. That's what it's for. Pray for the world. Pray that you will get out of this. The easiest way to do this is to accept Christ if you haven't already. And I would accept him now because we don't know the time. It talks about Jesus being a thief in the night. And the word harpazo or rapture is to snatch, to grab and pull away from danger. We're going to be pulled away from here really fast, just ahead of really bad stuff happening. So there's not going to be any time. When it happens, we're gone. You want to make sure you're saved. You want to make sure your loved ones are saved and your friends, everybody that you know. You need to be talking about this. That's why I'm making these videos. You need to be talking. I need to keep doing this. You need to share these videos with people. And then there's other videos out there too. You can study the Bible, but I think right now what the most important thing is to study the end times because we're about to enter the final phase. Okay? So let's get back to what do you want to do if you're going to be a Christian? What do you do? Well, you ask Jesus into your heart. You ask him and you say, I admit that I'm a sinner. And I accept God's free offer of his son as payment for my sin debt. I invite Jesus into my heart. I wish to be born again. If you do that with meaning, you are a Christian. All the other things that you can do are add-ons. Being baptized is good, but that doesn't make you a Christian. Helping others is good, but that doesn't make you a Christian. Accepting Jesus is what makes you a Christian. And the Spirit then comes within you, and it will help to transform you into a better person. It will encourage you when you're doing things right. It will be that little reminder when you're doing something wrong. If you accepted that, find some place where you can share that with others. Find a church. There are lots of them. Make sure it's a Christian church. There are some borderline that I don't recommend, who I'm sure have Christians in them, but it may be difficult. So find a good standard church and tell them you just accepted Christ. And they will help you out. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments below, and I'll help to direct you. You started a new road here. We want to make sure that you have everything that you need. Jesus provides everything. He owns the universe. Why shouldn't he provide everything? But he provides it to his people. And his people include the Jews. The Jews are the chosen people. He promised them a future. We're adopted as non-Jewish people, but that's okay. Adoption is good. We have a Father in heaven who will look out for us. So I hope that I will see you in the clouds with Jesus. Until then, blessings on all that are watching. Help somebody this week. Tell them about Christ. Keep them out of what's coming. See you next video.